Oh my goodness, how do I decide? Oh la la, it's me, Ciscoe Morris, and here's what's coming up on Gardening with Ciscoe. Why pruners are the most important tool in your garden right now. It's time to grow your own garlic and a salad that'll make you look forward to fall. And you cut dahlias. All that is coming up right now on Gardening with Ciscoe. I'm Ciscoe Morris.
And I'm Meeghan Black. Welcome to Gardening with Ciscoe from the Dahlia Barn today in North Bend. This place just showed up in the most recent issue of Sunset Magazine.
Is that cool or what?
Know, and I'm sure the writer saw it on Gardening with Ciscoe because we've been here before.
Yeah, this is our second time to visit. It's even more beautiful this time. I can't believe it.
Love that.
Well, if you've got a bunch of beautiful dahlias at your house,
I do.
Here's some tips on how to keep them beautiful.
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to start crying. We're heading into fall.
I'm going to cry too.
The nice thing about dahlias is a lot of times these flowers just stick around forever.
Yeah, you know, oftentimes these are still blooming after Thanksgiving if you do the right thing.
I was going to say because you need to do a few things here.
I need to do a few, don't I? Oh, la, la.
Dusting the sidewalk with this gorgeous bloom. I love this.
Well, you know, Meeghan, how I always say, stake your plants before they fall over. Oh, la, la.
Yeah. Do as I say, not as I do.
Okay, here we go.
So put a little stake. So go out if you have something flopping over and stake them up,
yeah,
right? Okay,
yep.
Sounds good.
Hey, not bad. I can hardly even see it in there. Now, this is Bishop of Landolph, by the way.
Gorgeous.
One
nice
of the most
red,
gorgeous.
yeah.
But you know what? If we don't keep deadheading this, we're in big trouble. I already fertilized it in August.
Okay.
You know, which I hope everybody did, because it's too late now.
Because there's a lot of blooms, but then there's a lot of dead guys, like this one here.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so where do you want me to take them down? All the way down here?
Well, I think are there anything? Yeah,
Nope.
There's nothing good on that. I'd go way down.
Okay.
Yep. And look at how hard it is to tell, like Meeghan, that's over the hills. So,
and that's pretty much over the hill.
And so since there's nothing coming out of this, I'm going to go way down.
Okay. So get out here, and like this guy, there's no blooms right here. This guy's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, he's, you know, so the plant gets a little smaller, you know.
Exactly. But you're still going to preserve the flowers that you have.
And, you know, if these things go to seed, and that's what will happen if we don't deadhead them.
Uh-huh.
Then it goes, I've done my job. I'm going to take the rest of the summer off, get a good suntan, do nothing else.
So we're doing the deadhead. We've staked him. Now what are we going to do?
Remind everybody, you got to keep these moist. If they dry out, that's it. They stop blooming for the whole summer. If you got a system, run it. If you've got, you know, a hose that can reach this far, use that. Now, there's one last thing, Meeghan.
Okay.
And that is, if we don't want to have to be watering this every minute.
Who, me? I love watering.
Yeah, you're the best waterer I ever met. Oh, Lana, this is especially important for you. Okay, we got to put some compost under there.
Okay.
You know, I did earlier in the season, but that's the way it goes. It kind of just goes away.
It kind of eats it up.
Yeah. And this will
lock it
hold
in.
Moisture in there.
Yeah.
So, and it looks nice, too.
It does. I love fresh mulch on the garden.
Me
so
too.
you don't need to fertilize, but you do need to keep them well watered, deadhead. And again, dahlias, the more you cut, the more they bloom.
Make
they
bouquets.
love it. They do. And that way, hey, you never know. We could be whistling, "We wish you a Merry Christmas," and seeing our dahlias. Or maybe not.
I didn't know that one.
Well, you can always hope.
One of the big tricks they use here at the Dahlia Barn to keep these dahlias looking so good.
They're gorgeous.
Yep, they incorporate compost either around them or when they plant them. The other thing they do is you have to be a deadheader.
I didn't know you were a hippie band kind of guy.
Not that kind of deadheading.
Pruners. So we're trying to make our summer flowers last a little bit longer, or at least give us another blast. Is this electric blue, this penstemon?
No, this is Catherine de la Mer,
it's
but they look
beautiful.
almost identical.
Right, this gorgeous color. And look at all these dead guys. So let me tell you, let me guess, we're going to cut them all the way to the ground.
No, Meeghan.
No? It's the only one we don't do.
No, because if we do that, then it'll take forever to come back, because You know what?
Huh.
See, like these branches
Yeah.
right there? These are ready to flower if we get these off.
Oh.
But if we wait too long...
Too much energy is going to this guy?
This guy's going to go, hey, I raised a family. I've
That's
gone to
it.
seed. Why should I bother? Okay, here you go.
Okay. So
And,
just,
you know, yeah, and some of them you're not going to see any coming up, but don't worry, they'll still come
Okay.
up. Hey, on this one, Meeghan, we better
Right.
cut farther seeds
Oh, 'cause
there,
those
so
are-
way,
I see.
way down there.
way down here?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
So basically I'm deadheading.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing here.
Yeah, we might as well enjoy the ones we've still got,
Sure.
because that won't matter.
Holy cow, Cisco.
Yeah,
There are
it's
a
kind
number
of, a job,
of these.
isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's about time you took your turn.
Oh,
Oops, every time I look, there's another one.
there's a lot of them, aren't there?
Okay, here you go. So,
Okay.
do we need to do a little fertilizer on this guy?
Yeah, you know, I think it's a darn good idea, Meeghan. Let's give it a shot, because
Kind of mix them in there?
yeah, because our goal is to get these new flowers as quick as we can, because if we wait too long and a freeze comes or something, we may never get these flowers. And hummingbirds like these flowers quite a bit, so it's kind of nice for keeping late hummingbirds here.
So I think we got them all.
Yeah.
Is that it then?
Well, almost. You know,
What?
have you ever noticed, Meeghan, sometimes evergreen penstemons die, and
Yes.
there's a way to make sure it doesn't die, and even if
Really?
it doesn't, you'll get a free plant.
Okay.
So what we got to do, we'll use that little shovel there, and the trowel will
Oh,
Pick
you're
a
going to
spot.
layer in.
yeah, so I'll start cutting off all the leaves and everything right here.
Interesting. And so it'll
pull
root
them off.
there.
So, yeah, now all that can go underground.
Like how deep? Is that
A little deeper, maybe.
okay?
Just, there we go. Yeah, and cover that up. Now,
He
yeah,
scooted
that's
right
the
out.
tricky part.
Get back in there, you little bugger.
Well, I got a trick for that too, Meeghan.
And so you just put a rock on top.
Yep.
And so here he's coming out right here.
This will root.
You will get another
And
plant.
by spring, you'll have a new plant. And if this dies, the layerings always survive. I don't know why.
But they do. You know, you can do those with rhodies. You can do those with azaleas, right? Some of those other plants, hydrangeas.
Yeah.
How fun.
Forsythia, I don't know why anybody'd
Would want to do it, but you could. Hey, so get out there, do a little late summer rehab, and we're going to keep this garden looking good well into fall.
Yeah, this will be blooming like crazy in 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. Holy cats, Meeghan, that doesn't look like deadheading. It looks like live heading to me.
You've always told me you're supposed to keep cutting dahlias. They'll just keep pumping these babies out. Isn't that gorgeous?
Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe from the Dahlia barn in North Bend. There is a bulb that needs planting right now. I'm not talking tulips here.
No way. We're talking stinking rose. No, not that. Garlic. So we've been through a cold spring, summer's over, heading into fall, and it's time to plant your garlic? Really? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you know, I always plant it in October. You can plant late September, anytime in October.
Oh, really? And so, well, obviously we need to get the cloves, so
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to go ahead and do that. Let
And
me...
guess what kind this is? This is a hardneck garlic. So you can't really braid these
I was
kinds.
going to say, it is hard.
It is hard. And you can only store them for about 6 weeks.
Uh-huh.
But this is the strong stuff. Meeghan, if you bake with this, it'll make your eyes water. And if you bite into one raw, it'll buckle your knees. You know?
I love it. So you don't, if you're going to plant garlic, you don't want to
Yeah.
go to the store and get a clove of garlic.
No, because it can have a disease. Sometimes they spray it so it won't, germinate. But also, sometimes it has a disease. It won't be bad for you, but if you get it, you can never plant garlic in your soil for years.
Interesting. Okay, so I got a couple going here.
Yeah,
I broke
yeah.
one open too.
Good.
And so what are we going to do now?
So we got to plant them 2 inches deep. So 2 inches deep in there with the fat end down. Yep. Yep.
Like that?
Cover it up.
And go 2 inches again?
Yep. Yep. And
My
that's
kind of
about the
plant.
right spacing right there, too.
Okay.
Here, I'll get you a nice big one here.
Okay.
All right.
Again, fat side down, the little pointer
Yep.
guy up.
So you notice what we're not putting in there, Meeghan?
I'm guessing fertilizer.
Yeah. You don't fertilize garlic until spring. In early March, then you
Wow.
can start with something high in nitrogen like blood meal or fish food.
Okay.
Every 2 weeks, you're going to fertilize these until the summer solstice. You want to grow as many leaves as you can, because the more leaves you get, then the bigger the clove's going to be.
Really?
So you fertilize them like mad in spring, but once summer solstice comes, they don't grow any more leaves. You start cutting off on the watering and basically let them harden off in the ground, and the leaves keep dying. And as the leaves die off, once there's about 4 leaves left, dig them up and take a look, because they lose a sheath, a protective sheath, when you have about 4 leaves. You got to harvest right then. If you wait too long, there's not enough sheets, it opens up and the dirt gets in. Oh, la,
And
la.
then the howling really starts.
Then the howling does start.
So I'm trying to break some of these off. Here you go.
Thanks, Meeghan.
So get out there right now and plant your garlic. I love it. Don't have to worry about fertilizer or anything. And then you'll be thankful when next summer comes around.
You won't have to
fall.
worry about vampires or fleas.
Why fleas?
Well, some people believe that if you eat lots of garlic, if your dog does, it keeps the fleas away. I don't
Dog
personally
eats
have
garlic.
fleas.
We
but-
digress.
The holiday to remember is Columbus Day. You got to get your garlic in the ground by then.
And then you can be sauteing that fresh garlic. Summertime, little Italian food, sounding good.
You're making me hungry.
Oh, Cisco, come here. Look at this. My new favorite, I think. Isn't that beautiful?
Boy, that is pretty.
Mingus Tony.
Beautiful.
Mingus
Wow.
Tony, what a name. Welcome back to Gardening with Cisco from the Dahlia Barn in North Bend.
Well, Meeghan, I have a new favorite salad.
Really?
It's got sausage and apples in it.
Doesn't sound much like a salad.
Yeah, but Lynn Villa said it is a salad, and I've learned never to doubt anything she says. Okay, Lynn, it's apple season,
It
and
is.
as tempted as I am to chomp the living tweedle out of this beauty
Isn't that
right here,
gorgeous?
I could see that we're going to do something really cool with apples, so you get a reprieve, buddy.
Yeah, you know, we get so excited about organic apple season in this state. Are you kidding me? All the amazing local little farmers that we work with. So I always try to come up with sort of simple but fun things with a little bit of a twist, right? So we're going to make a warm apple and sausage salad.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and serve that over
sounds good.
over some baby greens. Okay,
Warm
so why don't we
apples.
just dive in? All right, so
All right.
I've got a nice little saute pan going on over here. I'm going to add a little bit of oil, and then why don't you give me those leeks right there?
All right, so yeah.
Yeah. So I love working with leeks because they don't make you cry.
Yeah, they're mild.
Yeah, and they give you a little bit of color in there that you don't get from onions, and they still
yeah.
taste fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where the rest of the ingredients that go in here are just going to sort of flash cook, we do want the leeks to be a little bit on the tender side. So I'm going to let them cook for a couple of minutes.
Get them nice and golden brown.
Exactly.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so now we've got those, as you said, golden brown.
Yeah.
Let's add the apples.
Oh, boy.
So I like to choose an apple that's got a little bit of a crisp texture and, you know, sort of a sweet tart. So a honey crisp or a pink lady or a cameo, anything along those lines, okay? And at this point, all we want to do is just get a little bit of caramelization on those apples. Keep them sort of crisp tender. So I think we could go ahead and add our sausage now, too. So go ahead and put that in.
Wow, what kind of sausage is this?
This is our PCC brand Italian chicken sausage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
baby.
has, I know.
Oh, does that sound good?
Tons of fresh fennel. It's our own recipe. It's like so incredibly delicious.
boy.
All right. So let's go ahead and sprinkle in some hazelnuts with that too. So we've got some chopped hazelnuts.
All righty.
You could do pecans or almonds or whatever you like. But hazelnuts are Northwest, you know? This is a
hazelnuts.
Northwest, yeah.
I love them.
And then a little pinch of clove
All righty.
and rosemary.
All right.
So we're going to let that all saute together for, you know, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And then we're just going to dress it up and we're going to dish it up.
All right, I'm ready to dish.
Nice. All right, so.
Oh, does that
I
smell
know,
good?
I love this.
I smell that fennel and everything in there. Uh-oh. Okay, what do we got here?
So this is the dressing for the salad. So what this is a combination of a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, sherry wine vinegar, and maple syrup.
Oh.
So we want a little sweet and tart in there, you know? And that'll glaze it up and gloss it up. Oh, I know. Okay, so you've got your nice hot dressing and your nice cool greens.
Oh, yeah, that's cool, all right.
These are baby kale leaves. Or you could do any mixture of tender greens you like.
Yeah, they're so pretty. All right.
So let me dish you up. So
Yeah.
little sausage, little apple, little hazelnuts. Get some of that dressing in there.
Oh, that looks good.
I love this. And you know, this is great. You could just cut all these ingredients ahead of time, and it goes together in 5 minutes for a quick little
this
dinner.
really whipped
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
you know. That's,
Alrighty, here we go.
oh, yeah, a little more dressing.
Okay, honey. Yes, I hear you.
Oh, boy.
Okay, shall we
All right,
have
I'm
a
gonna-
little taste?
Come here, little apple.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I love this.
Oh, that is so good. Oh, my gosh.
Fall.
Oh, fall.
Yeah.
Here's the fall.
Okay, so there is kale. I guess you can call it a salad. It just looks darn good.
Oh, it really was good. The sausage, the apples, I love the livid Tweedle out of that thing.
Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe. Now, before Ciscoe tells you a little bit more about the Dahlia Barn here in North Bend, I have a nugget of my own to share with you. Not all fuchsias are created equal. Some a little tougher than others. I love going to the nursery right now because, number one, everything seems to be on sale.
Your favorite.
And number two, you get to see really what it is that you're buying.
That's true.
Because these flowers, I don't know whether you could ever imagine they'd be so darn cute.
Oh, they are really cute.
And it's not going to hurt it to plant at this time of the year as long
Not
as
a
you
bit.
keep it watered.
Yeah, as long as you keep it watered, and you've got an irrigation system
Right.
in here.
So this is Fuchsia Isis.
Isn't that cool?
Sounds diminutive because the
yeah.
flowers are so little, but I love the dark green foliage on it too.
Me too. And you chose a spot that gets pretty good sun because these
Right.
aren't really shade plants as people think they are.
And we have fertilizer, the flowering
yeah,
fertilizer.
I want the flowering. Hey,
So-
okay, now no irrigation
No,
right here,
we're
right,
good.
Meeghan? Okay.
I like the fact that you checked.
And one thing, Meeghan, you've got lots of good compost in here.
Right.
So when we plant this, it'll be in a good mix of compost and soil, which is absolutely necessary. Yeah. Okay, so
How
I
about
think
a
I
little
got it. Yeah, let's mix
vert?
it up a little in there, yeah.
One more?
Yeah.
I love our scientific method.
Yeah, I know. And you know, fertilizer does so much better when you mix it in the hole like that.
Okay, I'll take her out.
Okay, I think I may be a little deep.
Yeah, oh, these roots are beautiful.
Woo, those are nice.
Don't even
Oh
need a
yeah,
lot of
man. That's nice to see.
breaking up. Yeah, it's a little deep there.
Yeah, so we got it out there where it'll get a good amount of sunshine, Meeghan. That'll see. They just don't bloom well sometimes if they don't get enough sun.
Okay, well, I'll keep an eye on it and make sure that it does. How's that? I don't want to lose those flowers. Those are too cute.
No, and you know, a couple of things to remember now. Next spring you'll be cutting this down because they only bloom on new growths.
Uh-huh.
So if you don't cut them back, then the flowers get farther and farther out.
Yeah, kind of like this job right here.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it wouldn't hurt. We could prune that.
He's a little
right now.
spazzy looking right now. Kind of
He's
cute,
a little
but
odd, but
has his own personality.
yeah. And one other thing to remember, every one of these hardy fuchsias have different hardiness.
Okay.
And so it's a good idea to mulch heavy around them in the winter, just in case, you know, or maybe, you
Winter
know.
zone 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, zone 7 should be able to make it through no problem, but it never hurts to mulch heavy around
Awesome.
them in the wintertime.
Fuchsia Isis. She's hardy. I love it.
She is a cutie.
You know, I kind of like hardy fuchsias better than the annual type, and they bloom well past Thanksgiving. Hey, Ciscoe, you got more on the Dahlia Barn?
Hey, Meeghan, I am learning that you never learn all there is to know about dahlias. Hey,
Hi, Ciscoe.
Jerry, how you doing?
Good,
to
how are
see ya.
you?
So I know you're open on weekends. What do you offer to people when they come here to your dahlia farm?
Well, what we offer is a little hands-on, old mom and pop way of running a farm that you have the owners out here offering you advice on how to grow your dahlias properly. We have little plots of different varieties that we're selling this year, and it just allows people to come out here, walk around, shop for the tubers, and look at the plant in person, decide if you like that, and you can also cut your own bouquet of flowers while you're out here.
Okay, Jerry, I assume that I know how to do this right, but show me the best place to make a cut when you're cutting a cut flower.
Well, the way that you want to do it, you want to get yourself a stem that's about the length of about half your arm.
Oh, and do they grow back pretty fast?
And they
from
do
way
grow
down
back.
there?
Every division of leaves on a dahlia will send up 2 new stems. So by cutting this flower right here, yes, you're cutting the side buds, and sometimes that bugs people to do that, but you're putting more energy into the 2 new stems that are trying to come up from every division, rather than waiting around for these little side buds to grow, and then they just kind of hang. They don't get as strong as a good cut flower like that.
Wow, cool. Well, now I know. You just taught me something new. Oh, la la. Meeghan, look what I got for you.
Nice! I'll put it in the bouquet I just made.
Where'd you get all
I know.
those? Oh, no,
I've
no.
been shopping. In fact, you can come out here. They're open on weekends. You can get yourself some cut flowers. But the best part is you can go around to all the plants and say, I like that one, and order the tuber for it, and you can have it in your own yard for next year.
Yeah, so you get to come out, make a big bouquet, and then try and decide which of all these beautiful dahlias to grow. Oh, la la.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Wow, which is your favorite?
Well, I kind of like that color right there.